Hello everyone and welcome to the Creating and Restoring a Database lecture. In this lecture what we're going to do is create a base with the pgadmin graphical user interface or GUI console, and then we're going to restore a database and learn how to delete a database. Something to note here is basically when we were installing the original DVD rental database, we were kind of doing it, especially for the Windows installation, through a very manual command line process. What we're going to do now is show you how you would actually probably do this if you were implementing PostgreSQL at work. You would just use the pgadmin console and save yourself a lot of time. So let's go ahead and jump to the pgadmin console. Okay, so I'm here at the pgadmin console, and what I have is DVD rental and Postgres. Remember, DVD rental was our first installation of the sample database. What we're going to do now is show you how you can do it basically much quicker and much simpler using the pgadmin 3 console. What you're going to do is, on databases, right-click and select New Database. And then go ahead and name your database. We'll call this DVD2. Then click OK. And now you'll notice now we have the DVD2 database created for us. Remember last time we had to use a SQL query and we said create space database and then the name of the database with a semicolon. Here we just did it by the right click with the GUI console. So just to show you a reminder of how we did it last time, remember I selected Postgres and then I selected SQL to execute a SQL query, brought up my SQL editor, and the way you would do this in pure SQL, you would say create database and then the name of your database, which you could say, let's say test DVD, and then semicolon to end, to let it know that's the end of the line. That's all you want to write. And then we'll click run. Query returned successfully. This is exactly what we did last time. And then on databases, if you just hit refresh, now we have a new test DVD database. So it's up to you what you prefer. I would imagine most people just like the right click of creating a database. So let's go over how to delete a database. We'll delete test DVD right now. The most convenient way to do it using pgadmin is right click, select delete drop, and then we'll go ahead and just drop that database. All right, so we have DVD rental and DVD2. Now remember, DVD rental is already filled. If we go to schemas and public, it already has the tables for the actual database, which we did in a very manual way. Now let's see how we can do that in a little bit of a nicer way to DVD2. So if we look at the schemas, the public schemas for DVD2, notice we don't have any tables or anything right now. It's because we haven't actually populated this database with any information. So let's go ahead and use pgadmin in order to do that. What you're going to do is go ahead and right click DVD2 and go ahead and click restore. So restore is going to allow us to actually search for that .tar file. So if you click these three dots, you'll get a pop-up. If you remember from the Windows installation video for the DVD rental database, I had my .tar file in this folder under Computer, OSC, Program Files, PostgreSQL. You may still have it under the Downloads folder, but notice I don't actually see it. I just see that 9.5 folder. So if you remember, I had my .tar file over here. The reason it's not showing up is because right now we're exclusively looking for .backup files. So what I want to say is look for all files, and now I can see the .tar file right there, and I can click open, and then just click restore. And it will take a little bit of time, but it will restore everything and basically fill out all those tables. Select done. Let's go ahead and then refresh DVD2 database. And now you'll notice it has all the same tables as the original DVD rental where we did this manually with the command line. All right, so now you know basically two ways of creating and restoring databases. The first is the more manual way when we basically walk through the installation of DVD rental. The second one is kind of the nicer way with the GUI. So right-clicking on databases, saying new databases. Once you've created the new database, you can right-click and say restore. Okay, So that's fully restoring a database with all the information. What we're going to do next is learn how to restore a database with just the table schema, meaning we just want the tables and everything set up with all the relationships, but we don't actually want the data information in there. That's a little bit trickier, so we'll cover it in the next lecture. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick review of what we just did. Okay, so just as a quick overview, we learned how to create a database with pgadmin using the graphical user interface specifically. Learned how to use it to also restore a database and delete a database. Remember, just using right-clicking and those drop-down menus, so that makes it very easy. So now you kind of have two ideas of how to create and restore databases. I think you'll agree with me that the second one, using the GUI, is quite a bit easier and will save you a lot of time. Up next, we're going to learn how to restore just a table schema. So you can imagine that maybe you are opening up a new DVD rental store. So you want to restore a new database with all the same table schema, but with no data because you're opening up a new DVD rental store, and now you want to set up a database but have it empty so you can later on add stuff to it. Okay, so that'll be up in the next lecture. Thanks, and I'll see you there.